What's up, everybody? Bitcoin just passed 100,000. Woo! Oh, yeah. So much news has been going on since I left and got back from the holidays. Sorry, so we got lots of news to cover, but yeah, Bitcoin, $101,130,000. What's up? So how high are we going to go right now? Is this like the previous, like when we see runs up? Are we going to go to 105,000? Hover there, go sideways from 103, 105, and then shoot up again as we progress forward in this bull run. So who knows how this is going to play out, but woo, yeah. So yeah, let's go over the crypto news. Lots of stuff's been going on. Like, why is this happening today and stuff? Well, like our first article, Putin, yeah, that's right. President Putin is actually, he's for Bitcoin. Yeah, so that's what our first article is going to go over from CoinGate. But yes, breaking Donald. Oh, wait, no, that's Donald Trump picks Paul Atkins as the next US SEC. We'll do that one next, but this is the one I was going to cover first. Putin says Bitcoin is inevitable, endorses Bitcoin over the US dollar as a global reserve. And what is going on? Do I got a show playing? So terrible. So hold on, let me see. Had Hulu playing on before this. Close. Boom. We're all set. All right, let's continue on with this article. So Putin says Bitcoin is inevitable. Oh, come on, what's going on? Yeah, that's right. Endorses Bitcoin over US dollar as the global reserve currency. Russian President Vladimir Putin endorsed Bitcoin and marks it a strategic shift in Russia's economic policy, with crypto playing a crucial role in navigating Western sanctions. Yeah, the US has always been like just throwing sanctions around. I remember these last 4 years when I was like finally first getting involved, started learning about money, crypto, how the system works. I'm going, man, Bitcoin solves this problem easily, so it's definitely a good shift that he's playing here. But Russian President Vladimir Putin said that Bitcoin and digital currencies are unstoppable and positioning them as a key tool for reducing financial inefficiencies and enhancing economic stability. Putin made statements at the investment forum in Moscow on December 4th, where he argued in favor of Bitcoin as a global reserve asset over the US dollar. He criticized the US government for using the dollar's dominance to push its political agendas by controlling who can use its currency. Now, Putin pointed to the $300 billion in Russian reserves frozen by Western nations after the Ukraine war began in 2022. Now, he added that this has prompted many countries to turn to alternatives and that are safe from such control out there, and Bitcoin actually helped out with that. Now, according to Russian president, who can ban Bitcoin? Nobody. And who can prohibit the use of other electronic means of payment? Nobody. These technologies will develop one way or another as everyone seeks to lower costs and improve reliability. So he gets it. You can't stop Bitcoin, and that is why we're seeing a $100,000 Bitcoin. It's going to keep going up. Again, times have changed now with these cycles. Bitcoin's on its usual trend, so we'll see where Bitcoin goes. But yeah, this is fun times. But Putin's comments follows the enactment of a new law in Russia that officially classifies cryptocurrencies as property. This legislation provides tax relief for digital transactions conducted through electronic payment systems and exempts crypto mining and sales from value-added tax. So that's a good thing. Now, the strategic implications, the legal recognition of cryptocurrencies highlights Russia's commitment to fostering innovation within its financial system. It also reflects a calculated approach to economic strategy as Russia seeks to mitigate external financial pressures through the adoption of digital assets. Crypto has played a pivotal role in countering Western sanctions during the ongoing Ukraine conflict, allowing people on both sides to send and receive money amid the challenges brought on by war. Now, furthermore, recent discussions at the BRICS summit highlighted the potential of digital currencies to facilitate cross-border payments and challenge the dominance of traditional financial systems. And additionally, Putin recently called to the establishment. Putin's endorsement of Bitcoin and his call for a technological adoption contrasts with recent U.S. initiatives, including President-elect Donald Trump's proposed creation of a national Bitcoin reserve. The incoming U.S. administration's pro-crypto stance is expected to result in more friendly regulatory environment for the industry, which will ultimately push other countries to adopt a progressive approach toward this technology. So, way to go, Russia. This was happening. We knew other countries. Now they're actually just being vocal about it, and the world's seeing it. So this is why we're seeing another huge pump in it. But great news there. And like I said, yeah, like with President-elect Donald Trump, as the next article, probably not going to go through it. We're just brief through that one because we have so many to cover. But yeah, it's like the U.S. is becoming very crypto friendly, and that is like we're off to a good start with Trump. Now we also got Paul Atkins as the next USC chair. Yeah, let's just do a brief highlight of this. Donald Trump has picked Paul Atkins to replace Gary Gensler as the next chair of the U.S. SEC, a development which is bullish for crypto. So yeah, the U.S. President Trump, Paul Atkins, next chair. And who is he? Let's see. Donald Trump picks Paul Atkins for U.S. SEC chair role in the post on TruthSocial. But pretty sure this one went over the background. So yeah, so here's a little background of Paul Atkins. It is worth mentioning that Paul Atkins is a familiar face in the U.S. SEC. He is a former SEC commissioner who served between 2002 and 2008 in the George Bush administration. And interestingly, he appointed current commissioners Hester Pierce and Mark Ulita as counsels to his office during his time as a commission. Now, given their past work and relationships alongside Pierce and Ulita, can easily get the ball rolling toward creating a friendly regulatory environment for the crypto industry. So yeah, so way to go. And I am blurry. I really need to get some new camera, so we're gonna go back to the screen. So yeah, so that was what else happened in the news, which was very bullish. But what's not bullish on Bitcoin is why the heck is the U.S. government moving $1.9 billion of Bitcoin to a new address? Like, that's what's up. Okay, that's one's blurry. Let's go to this camera angle. Boom. And I'm a little bit more closed up. I'm at a weird angle, but I'm not blurry. But yeah, the U.S. government's moving $1.9 billion. That's around like 20,000 Bitcoin. Or let's see. No, we're about like 1.109 million. We'll go through the numbers. But yeah, they're moving it. Most likely going to sell maybe a last minute jab to Trump since he wants a Bitcoin reserve. And like that's just going to get gobbled up like very fast. So we'll see. Let's go through this article though to learn a little bit more. So the U.S. government has initiated a new Bitcoin transfer valued at approximately $1.92 or $1.92 billion. That would be a very cheap Bitcoin. According to data from Arkham Intelligence, the new address the funds were sent to has labeled BC1QSPM. And if you're in crypto, you know when you do transactions, you always verify the first four, last four, because you want to be certain you know where that crypto is going. But that is the wallet this Bitcoin was sent to. Now, the transaction occurred at block height 872,935 of Bitcoin's blockchain, and this transfer has sparked a major conversation in the Bitcoin community. Now, the U.S. government and Bitcoin, the $1.92 billion transfer, were split into two distinct wallets per the Arkham Intelligence data. The government moved a total of $969 million worth of Bitcoin to address this one, 33TG, and ending in BSHW. The second transfer was $949 million worth of Bitcoin and sent to the address we said beforehand. Now here's a tweet from Arkham Intelligence saying, "Alert! Government's moving this to a new address. Does this mean they're going to sell?" And yeah, that was just some showcasing just the transactions because that's crypto in the blockchain. It's decentralized and viewable for anybody as long as you got the address, and these are just publicly known addresses. Now, while exact purpose of the transfer remains an enigma, there are speculations that the U.S. government is likely ready to sell off, and intelligence providers revealed that the government's wallet address moved 10,000 Bitcoin units to Coinbase Prime. Typically, such transfers are an indication that a mega sell-off is underway. Now, these funds were part of the seizure funds of the dark website marketplace Silk Road. Now, the U.S. government last transferred its Bitcoin holding in July, and Data's platforms pegged the transferred funds at the time at over $2 billion. The latest transfer comes at a time of the conversation around strategic Bitcoin reserve is growing. And that $2 billion is much more, because I believe this article was written when Bitcoin was still at like 95,000, and so we're at 101. So that's definitely more than $2 billion now. Should have kept it, because that's what Trump wanted to do. He should have did it. Should have listened. And that's what all of us want them to do. But we also want more people to be involved with Bitcoin. We don't want the big guys to hold it all anymore. So if you're a little guy in crypto, get in it. But let's continue on. Now, it is not uncommon to see many sovereign governments around the world warming up to crypto adoption, as we just saw Putin. Now, while Germany sold off over 50,000 Bitcoin, I did say that was a terrible move. There are advocacy moves to help the community buy back its offloaded stack. So, yeah, looks like the country wants it. The people want it. As reportedly earlier by Coinbase or CoinGate, the Parliament of Switzerland, Canton Bern, approved a Bitcoin mining probe to understand the economic benefits of the venture of the national grid. Now, though Switzerland is a major pro-crypto hub, the Canton Bern's positive disposition has further boosted the sentiment around the coin. Meanwhile, the promise of a strategic Bitcoin reserve by U.S. President elect Donald Trump remains a major campaign promise to watch. Now, how would it be implemented? We'll have to still wait and see, but yeah, I am stoked for that. I do believe it's going to go through. I always have the conversation with my buddy where he's like going, well, like he's a politician, like he wants, like they always say stuff. I'm going, well, I know that's just your thoughts on that, so let's just wait and see. That's what I always got to say to those people about that, because like there's no point in arguing. It's a waste of time. It's like, do we know? Let's just wait and see what happens. But yeah, so government's moving it. Who's going to be buying it? Well, most likely, again, all these big companies and other governments out there, because it's official right now. BlackRock holds at least 500,000 Bitcoin, which is worth about $48 billion. So that's crazy. So that's what their ETF is doing, and that's what we're going to go over next. So BlackRock's IBIT now holds 2.38% of all Bitcoin, with its latest filing showing it has 500,380 Bitcoin on its books. So crazy. Now, BlackRock's spot Bitcoin exchange traded fund has surpassed 500,000 Bitcoin in holdings as more investors seek exposure to the asset. Now, on December 2nd, the iShares Bitcoin Trust ETF Bitcoin holding reached 500,380,000, worth around $48 billion. And, well, that was at the current market price. Again, this is an older article, so again, their holdings are even much higher now. But according to BlackRock, the ETF allows investors to access Bitcoin with an exchange-traded product and removing the operational tax and custody complexities of holding Bitcoin directly. Now, Bitcoin ETFs close in a Satoshi's Bitcoin holdings. BlackRock's IBIT ETF has become the most actively traded spot Bitcoin ETF since its launch, now holding 2.38% of Bitcoin's total cap supply, which is crazy. Now, data from ETF tracker TruthSocial Value also showed that apart from the Grayscale Bitcoin Trust, all the other spot Bitcoin ETFs had a positive cumulative inflow as of December 2nd. Now, data from ETF tracker TruthSocial Value reveals consistent inflows across the spot Bitcoin ETF, excluding the Grayscale Bitcoin Trust collectively. Now, Bitcoin held by ETFs is nearing the 1.1 million Bitcoin attributed to the cryptocurrency pseudonymous creator Satoshi Nakamoto. Here's that tweet from Carl Menger. Breaking US spot Bitcoin ETF holds as much Bitcoin as Satoshi. So, whoa. Yeah, that's getting it up there. Now, BlackRock's ETF Bitcoin surpasses MicroStrategy holdings, and we knew that was going to happen. It's like there was so much money in that compared to MicroStrategy, but Michael Saylor and his company had a great head start, and we just knew everyone was going to be following that. But the IBIT ETF's Bitcoin holdings now exceeds those of MicroStrategy, the largest corporate Bitcoin holder. Bitcoin Treasury's data shows that MicroStrategy remains the largest corporate Bitcoin holder out there. In a December 2nd filing, MicroStrategy revealed that the company had sold 3.7 million shares of its Class A common stock and used almost $1.5 billion in proceeds to purchase 15,400 Bitcoin. This follows a previous $5.4 billion Bitcoin purchase and brings its total to 402,100 Bitcoin. Man, I remember when I first started covering that, it's like, okay, he's at 200,000. He's at 300. Now his company is at 402. I always forget how much actually Michael Saylor actually has himself. But again, I always remember that this is MicroStrategy, the company he made. Now, apart from MicroStrategy, crypto miner Mara Holdings also recently added more Bitcoin to its holdings. In a filing on December 2nd, the company said it purchased 6,484 Bitcoin between October 1st and November 30th. Now, the firm bought the coins for $618.3 million, an average price of $95,352 per coin. Now, Bitcoin's treasury data shows that Mara Holdings is the second largest corporate Bitcoin holder with 34,794 Bitcoin. So again, like these guys have been gobbling up this past year, and we knew like as countries and governments like warm up to crypto, and if the Bitcoin reserve goes in place and actually does happen, and the other countries do the same, they're the ones that can just print the money. They can just buy it and then it's gone. But good luck getting it too, because like we're also in like the lowest points of exchanges when the liquidity they have of the coin, like they don't have a lot, like it's the lowest ever. So once these big guys are done buying from over the counter to not affect the price, they're just going to grab whatever is left on the exchanges. So get your Bitcoin off the exchanges, get them in your own personal wallet, so that way you know you've got it. But yeah, so that I think is all of the Bitcoin news I have for you. So way to go, Bitcoin, for being 101,000 still. Let's keep going. But let's move on. What else is happening? Well, I guess not. It still is Bitcoin news, but what are you going to do with your profits? Are you going to spend it on a Voyager cruise? Because, yes, so Virgin Voyages launches first cruise product to accept Bitcoin. The new offering builds on previous seasonal passes, offering a full year's worth of voyages for a single fee. Now, how much is that fee? I bet it's pricey. It is. I pre-read this article yesterday. It's like $120,000. I don't think I'm going to be giving up my Bitcoin for that. But no, like people always ask, like when you're new, well, what can I use Bitcoin for? Can I spend it? And again, you're getting a lot more options, and there's many ways to spend Bitcoin, but a lot more people are going to be accepting it. And then, yeah, that answers your question. But Virgin Voyages announces the launch of its new annual pass program starting in 2025, alongside news that it would become the first cruise product to accept cryptocurrency. Now, according to a recent blog post, the company will accept Bitcoin as payment for the new service, with a standard upfront fee of $120,000 plus taxes applied per individual cruise. Now, there's no indication as to when or if Virgin Voyages will consider expanding its cryptocurrency options to include stablecoins or Bitcoin competitors. Now, what does this annual pass offer? It offers unlimited cruises over the course of a year on a limited first-come, first-served basis. And the company said the offering was conceived after the success of its season pass program, which was aimed primarily at remote workers. Kind of makes me think of the Disneyland pass. And then after once COVID hit, it was like, you got to book appointments. So it was like first come, first serve. You got to book months in advance. I hated that. Like, it's nice if you can just go there, boom, take me on a cruise. And it's like, so. But per Virgin Group founder Richard Branson, what started as a sought-after work-from-sea concept with our season pass has evolved into something even more special now. Sailor can jump aboard any of our ships across the endless variety of exciting destinations for an entire year. We're offering unlimited opportunities for adventure in a way that has never been done in cruising before. Now, Bitcoin on the high seas, the implementation of the world's most popular cryptocurrency by transaction volume, Bitcoin, into the Virgin ecosystem could serve as a flair for the travel industry. Numerous organizations in the travel industry have explored cryptocurrency and blockchain transactions for products and services, but Virgin Group's implementation through its cruise line venture has the potential to grab the attention of crypto whales, those with enough digital asset holdings to afford a single push expenditure in the six-figure range. Now, while it doesn't quite offer the yachts or Lamborghinis lifestyle espoused by some of the crypto world's popular influencers, Virgin's annual pass comes with double occupancy access to a sea terrace cabin with a private balcony and extras such as laundry service, internet access, and $100 bar tab per voyage. Now, cozying up to the crypto community, entrepreneurs, upper management, and independently wealthy could serve as a bullish indicator for cross-industry collaboration going forward. So if you want to spend $120,000 and give up your Bitcoin, which I say don't give up your Bitcoin, use Virgin Voyages. But that's pretty cool that, again, we're just seeing more adoption happen. And some of these big companies out there, they are going to go for the whales, the big guys. But we are going to see smaller transactions later on as smaller shops, small and pop shops, and just even the bigger ones start opening it up. Like, we will see that. Like Sherpa called it, like, you will see stores have an option to pay in Bitcoin. Like, it's just inevitable. It's going to happen. When? I don't know when. Could it be next year? That seems too fast. Could it? That's probable, but no, it is going to happen. But let's continue on. What else do I have? Coinbase adds Apple Pay to their support system for Bitcoin, Dogecoin, and more. So it just got easier to buy Bitcoin, and Coinbase is doing that with it. So let's go over this article to learn a little about it. Onboarding to crypto just got easier. Apps using Coinbase's on-ramp payment feature can now on-ramp from fiat to crypto using their Apple Pay wallets. So looks very simple. Coinbase announced on Monday that Apple Pay is now integrated with its Coinbase on-ramp service, which lets crypto apps enable fiat to crypto purchases for assets like Bitcoin, Dogecoin, and plenty more. Like how they hyphenated those two coins right there. Well, Bitcoin's obvious, but it's like, let's talk about Dogecoin. It's the meme. It's a funny one. Now, with Apple Pay integrated, users of crypto applications that utilize Coinbase on-ramp can use Apple Payment service for all fiat to crypto purchases, with free on-ramping or off-ramping via USDC as a popular stablecoin that is pegged to the value of $1. Now, in seconds, or instead of seconds, instead of minutes, users can fund their wallets using one of the most widely used payment methods in the US, the model ahead of Coinbase developer platform told Decrypt. And we really don't need to watch a little commercial for them. Popular applications like Moonshot, a mobile app that allows users to trade meme coins, make use of a feature allowing its users to add up to $500 a week via Apple Pay through Coinbase on-ramp with the Know Your Customer requirements. Now, data from Oberlo cited that Coinbase's features announcement forecasts that there are more than 60 million users of Apple Pay in the United States who can now make use of this feature. That figure it is expected to jump to 67 million users by 2026. And I do agree. I never really used it, but now I love it. It's like, where's my wallet? Oh wait, I got my phone. I'm good. So I got used to that Apple Pay feature. So now I can use it on Coinbase, but I don't purchase on Coinbase. I use Caleb and Brown, guys. If you need an over-the-counter brokerage, those are the guys you want to do. But yeah, so Coinbase added Apple Pay. The article doesn't really go much more into it. That's all we really need to know. Just briefed about other companies that kind of did the same thing. So, buying Bitcoin just got easier. Now let's move on to our next article, which is Alex Mashinsky to plead guilty for a fraud linked to the Celsius bankruptcy. So, yep, this guy's going to court. If you were a part of the Celsius meltdown, I am terribly sorry. Now, Celsius founder Alex Mashinsky intends to plead guilty to fraud charges linked to the platform's collapse during the 2022 crypto downturn. Now, Alex Mashinsky, the founder and former CEO of Celsius Network, plans to plead guilty to 2 counts of fraud, his defense attorney revealed during a hearing on Tuesday, according to Reuters report. This development comes more than a year after Mashinsky was indicted on 7 charges, including fraud, conspiracy, and market manipulation in July 2023. He initially pleaded not guilty to all charges at the time. Now, Mashinsky's decision to change his plea follows the U.S. District Judge John Coltle's November ruling denying his motion to dismiss 2 criminal counts ahead of his trial, which was scheduled for January 2025. Now, the Celsius Network, founded in 2017, filed for Chapter 11 bankruptcy protection in July 2022 amid a broader crypto market downturn that triggered a rush of customer withdrawals. Now, the company exited bankruptcy on January 31st and has since shifted its focus to Bitcoin mining. Federal prosecutors accused Mashinsky and former chief revenue officer Ronnie Cohen-Pavon of manipulating the market for the company's Cell token. Now, Cohen-Pavon pleaded guilty in September of 2023 and agreed to cooperate with prosecutors. Now, according to the prosecutors, Mashinsky personally gained approximately $42 million from selling his Cell token holdings. The company is currently distributing $127 million to eligible creditors in its second bankruptcy payout, bringing the total recovery rate to 60.4% of eligible claims. Now, this follows a January 2024 initial distribution, which delivered approximately 57.7% of eligible claims in liquid crypto assets or cash. So you're getting the dollar value of what you had in there. I believe that's what it is, because that's what usually happens. I think that's what happened with like Mt. Gox too. Like, if they were to give back the Bitcoin that the people actually lost, there'd be millionaires, billionaires out there. But it's like, oh no, we're only going to give you the dollar amount of that Bitcoin that happened at that time. So that's still pretty bad. But no, so he is going to jail. And yeah, the other guy is as well. So yeah, so that is the Mashinsky news. And Celsius kind of feels like an end of a chapter, even though they are focusing on mining right now. But let's move on to some other crypto news revolving XRP. It did reach an all-time high and then it did dip, but it's now a little bit easier to hold on to some XRP because you don't need to actually have 10 anymore on there. But XRP Ledger just became much cheaper to use following Coin's 400% price spike. Now it's now cheaper and easier to maintain an account on the XRP Ledger thanks to validators approving a reserve fee reduction of 90%. Now, account activation on the XRP Ledger now only requires 1 XRP, which is valued at around $2.50. I think it's kind of dipped right now at $2.18, but to meet the blockchain reserve requirements. So yeah, we used to need 10 coins, but now it's just 1. A feature is designed to limit excessive growth of the network by setting a minimum amount of XRP in accounts that they must hold. So it's kind of a way for them to try to limit bots from entering, because if it costs money to create an account, you're not going to see a lot of bots where people spend money on bots or give bots the ability to spend money to create a bunch of accounts to do stuff. So it's kind of their way to go hedge against that. But yeah, as price goes up, the number for that goes down. When the price goes down, you gotta hold a certain amount. That's what Amanda says, her girl who's here. But the reserve fee structure was changed late Monday when validators approved new reserve fees on the XRP ledger, dropping the base reserve requirements from 10 to 1 XRP. Together with other UNL validators, we voted to reduce the XRP-L reserves, said the pseudonymous Aesthetes Fine Art, an XRP ledger validator on X, formerly known as Twitter. It's now 10 times cheaper to start operating on XRP's ledger. And again, here is that tweet from him saying that. Now, this change makes creating an account on XRP ledger 90% cheaper as measured by XRP, making it less cost prohibitive to get started as the price of XRP has risen in recent days. Now, XRP has skyrocketed by more than 400% in the last 30 days, and it would have previously required about $25 worth of cryptocurrency to keep an account in good standing. Now, additionally, users that maintained accounts on the ledger will have XRP freed up after it was previously unable to be used, being held for reserve requirements. And yeah, I kind of noticed that I played with the first ledger live, the trading I was doing with the XRP. Lost 1 XRP token, so it's still not fun. But no, I noticed I freed up 10 because I had 11 in there and it said you got 1 free. So it's like, oh, that's pretty cool. But in addition to slashing the base reserve requirements, the XRP ledger reduced the owner reserve requirement to 0.2 XRP, down from 2 XRP previously. The base reserve requirements is the fee associated with owning an object on the ledger. So in other words, for each new token or group or NFTs owned on XRP's L's ledgers, an account owner needs to reserve an additional 0.2 XRP on top of the base reserve fee. Now, developers in the XRP ledger ecosystem have been debating on a change in reserve fees since at least October of this year, citing both pros and cons for lower barriers to entry and cheaper fees. Now, the number one concern would be increased activity on the ledger to the point where it becomes a challenge for the infrastructure. But at this point, I feel this is a good problem to have, said Wheatswind, a leader at XRPL Labs and Zaman Wallet. Now, account creations on the XRP ledger has surged in recent days, with more than 30,000 new accounts activated on Monday, a yearly high for the network, according to data from XRP Scan. Part of the surge may be tied to an interest in meme coins minted on XRP ledger, which have seen rapidly rising prices in recent days. Now, XRP, a Ripple-linked asset, has pushed back towards its all-time high in recent days, and amid speculation over the XRP ETF and improved regulatory clarity under President-elect Donald Trump, the token overtook Tether earlier this week to become the third largest cryptocurrency by market cap. It did, but then, again, we had a dip, so Tether is back above them, so XRP is back to being number 4. But yeah, so that's just one of the XRP articles. Like, I have another one I'm not going to go over, but what did happen again exactly? Let me let this page load up. Oh yeah, this is not XRP, but Ripple news. That's like Ripple's RLUSD stablecoin launch is delayed pending the final New York Department of Financial Services approval. I'm pretty sure that's what the acronym is. I'm not positive. But yeah, Ripple has clarified that despite ongoing speculation, it will launch its stablecoin, the RLUSD, today. The firm stated that it's keen to launch under supervision of New York's Department of Financial Services while upholding the regulation. So yeah, so that was supposed to be coming out. Not anymore. It's waiting to see what happens. But was there any other XRP news? Like I saw a bunch of articles about like the memes on the XRP ledgers, like really starting to spike, and they kind of mentioned it here. So lots of XRP news been going on. Where do I think it's going to go? I don't know. I feel like we've missed the XRP. So if you're brand new into crypto, this is just a Sherpa's opinion. Everybody else has different other ones. I think it's kind of too late to jump on it. Like, we're in that part of the bull run where like you're looking at the coins now that haven't had a pump. And like just in a month, XRP at least 5x for a lot of people who got in a month ago. So people are going to soon start thinking process. Maybe XRP can hit a $5 mark. So that'd be a 2x. But those are just my thoughts on it. But XRP had a good run, so we'll see how high it can go. Now let's move on to our final article, which is Cardano news. That was another coin that pumped when XRP did a bit. Not a lot, but it still pumped with it. It was one of the biggest ones. And then, what was it? My MinSwap token, the decentralized exchange, that had a nice pump with Cardano's pump and XRP. So, but yeah, what is the Cardano news? Well, it looks like they just set a record with 1 million TPS, which stands for transactions per second, with the Hydra Doom tournament. Now, if you don't know what the Hydra Doom tournament is, that is a layer 2 on Cardano's network, and yeah, they just passed 1 million. So I'm trying to get rid of this pop-up ad on my screen. It's not on the screen. There we go. So yeah, so compared to other networks, I like Bitcoin, what it does 10 a minute, or I forgot how much transactions they do. A lot of them don't reach these high numbers, like maybe 100,000, 600,000. 1 million transactions per second is pretty crazy. So let's learn a little bit more about this. I believe this is our final article of the night too. But in a landmark achievement for Cardano, the network has reached an unprecedented milestone by processing 1 million transactions per second during the Hydra Doom tournament. Charles Hoskinson, the founder of Cardano, announced the breakthrough via X, stating Hydra hit 1 million. Guess we were right, and shared a screenshot of a performance measurement tool displaying the impressive TPS figure. Now, the record-setting event was orchestrated by Cardano developer Input Output Global, which hosted a high-stakes Doom tournament with a $100,000 prize pool paid in Cardano-based stablecoin USDM, as reported by the Bitcoinist yesterday. Now, the online tournament took place on December 3rd and will accumulate in the finals in Vegas in January 2025. Now, over 25,000 concurrent players participated, each contributing to the network's transaction load, as every frame of the game was processed as a transaction. Now, statistics from the tournament are staggering. The network handled, 100,000 million billion, 14.4 billion transactions and processed, I can do that count again, 100,000 million billion trillion, 3.9 trillion bytes of data through the event. The event's history, there have been 21,908 games involving 62,198 players, with 908,970 kills recorded. The tournament showcased the capabilities of Cardano's Hydra Head protocol, successfully handling an immense volume of data without compromising performance and thus breaking the 1 million transactions per second barrier. Now, what is Cardano's Hydra Head protocol? Well, Hydra is Cardano's Layer 2 scalability solution designed to significantly increase transaction speed through low latency and high throughput, while minimizing transaction costs. According to the official Hydra website, Hydra simplifies off-chain protocol and smart contract development by directly adopting the Layer 1 smart contract system, allowing the same code to be used for both on and off-chain. Now, by leveraging the extended unspent transaction output model, Hydra enables fast off-chain protocol evolution with minimal round complexity and allows asynchronization and concurrent state channels processing. This design enhances the transaction's confirmation time and throughput while keeping storage requirements low. Now, in the Hydra framework, a group of participants forms a Hydra head by collectively committing a set of UTXOs into an off-chain protocol. This initial state can then evolve through smart contracts and transactions among the parties without interacting with the main blockchain provided of all participants behaving optimistically. Now, for those of you listening at first, some of you are like, man, what is this guy talking about? It's just it's what blockchain is. It's easy to use it in cryptocurrency and everything, but when you actually want to learn about it, it's like some coding right there. Now, the life cycle of a basic Hydra head involves several key stages. Participants initiate a Hydra head by announcing parameters on-chain, including the list of participants, and commit UTXOs from the Cardano main chain. While the head is open, participants use Hydra nodes to submit transactions within the head network, mirroring those on the main chain in format and properties. Now, all participants acknowledge and agree on the new states, those snapshots which are retained off-chain. Any participant can close the head using a snapshot either to cash out on a mainnet or if another party misbehaves. And the mechanism exists to contest the final state on chain. Finally, there's a fan-out transaction distributes the final agreed state back on the main chain, effectively transitioning the off-chain state and on-chain. Is there anything else? This talks about the process allows an efficient and secure statement independent of the number of participants. Doesn't matter about the people. And it also supports incremental commits of decommits, enabling UTXO. So that's a lot to know about Hydra. So it's more like they hit 1 million TPS. And that's crazy. That's a lot. So way to go, Cardano. And what else was good news for Cardano? I have a friend telling me about their meme coin. Like every blockchain has their main meme out there, and I think Cardano's top one right now is SNEK, SNEK. So he's saying it's doing pretty well. So good for him for getting in it. But that was one thing. But there was one other thing going on with the Cardano. I think I covered it in a previous article. It was on they're linking Bitcoin transactions on there. They're linking Bitcoin with Cardano in some way. I forgot how, but that's pretty sick. So Cardano is definitely still. I don't think you're too late on a Cardano. If you think it'd probably outperform XRP in this run 4x multipliers. But that's, again, just my thoughts, not a financial advisor, guys. But that is it for all these news articles. Where are we at? Bitcoin just dipped beneath 900. Oh, wait, never mind. 103,000. I was like, oh, we're at 99,000. But let's go. 103,000. How are the other coins looking? Ethereum's at 3,890. XRP's at 230. You know what? Let's go to crypto bubbles. Let's take a look at that site. I want to see the green bubbles like going around, because it's got to be all green, baby. Let's see. Here we go. Crypto bubbles. Boom. Let's see it. Let's see it. Let's see these bubbles. Bubbles. There we go. There we go. Okay. Oh, I'm not seeing Bitcoin on here. Oh, there it is. There's Bitcoin sitting at 7.75%. But look at all these coins. We're in the green right now. This is by the day chart. Render is doing great. Again, AI is the hot topic. My money's on Theta. It's not even on this chart right now, because I don't think we had a nice one. Oh, there it is. 1.8% Theta, guys. So AI coin, AI coin. I still do not know what HBAR is. I know a lot of people want to get it. Beam gaming token, another good like narrative going on with crypto. Man, I'm still not positive about that. The metaverse was like totally the last cycle, but I haven't heard much about that. You had Mana or you had Sand, which is over there. It did 14.1. That was kind of the better version. I played Decentraland. It was fun, but hard. Why is CRO up? That's like crypto exchange token. GRT. But yeah, we are in the green, so woo! But yeah, so that was all the crypto news. Lots of stuff has been going on since I've been gone. And yeah, hope you... I thank you guys for tuning in, sticking with me. I always appreciate all you being on here. And yeah, so I am going to take off now. I'm exhausted. I've been busy here at the Crypto Club. Again, people are jumping in. Like, this is when it usually happens. It's like appointment after appointment after appointment. So I think I'm going to go home, get some rest now. Hope you guys all have a good night, and I will see you again soon. Peace.